Good morning. Could be afternoon. Again, never always as sure. It is a beautiful day out here in Montana. I am kind of like 30 miles south of Three Forks Wheatland area and 30 miles west of Bozeman. I'm in a town called Norris, Montana, and that's our campground over there. But over here are a bunch of cars in a parking lot. It's great fun. Let me just make sure I'm locked. I'm sure I am locked, but I'm one of those people who have to like double, triple, check because I'm neurotic like that. Anyway, God, what a beautiful day out. We are going to go sit in the Norris hot spring because I figured that would be a fun thing to do. I seem to be on the highway all the time going places, but do I ever stop and enjoy? Well, even that's pretty, isn't it? But there's a hill involved. Anyway, how very, very pretty. This kind of course, obviously reminds me of being, I'm at about 4,075 feet elevation. And looking at the sky and the trees like that also reminds me of being in Colorado, which is also an equally beautiful state. Oh, all right. They grow food here, apparently. They have a restaurant. Of course, I just bought a huge-ass cinnamon roll at a gas station, but I have my water, so I'm good. All right. Here we have oh, there I am. Hi. Okay, so we have the bathrooms. Looks like we have a grill and a kitchen. And here's the pool I'm going to get into. Okay, we'll go this way. I see seats. They look like seats right there. Okay. All right, try this again. Went through the whole spiel and my phone stopped and I'm like, oh, it was waiting for me to take a picture. Anyway, all right, so like I said, I'm in Norris, Montana. It's a little spit of a town, probably on a good day, about 100 in population. Might push up to 102, I don't know. But there's a lot of moms here, a lot of kids here. Not a lot. I think there's 20 other people here besides me. Beautiful. This is a place that I would not, in all of my other past travels, when I used to have, when I was married. Anyway, but when I was married, on any trips that we go to, or my family when I was growing up, or traveling past that, normally when traveling with other people, you don't go to small local locations. I like the local locations because it doesn't have 40,000 other summer vacationing tourists who are ticked off and sweating and got road rage and can't find a parking spot and they're flipping you off and their kids are screaming and their dogs are barking and they're throwing garbage on. No, I don't like that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm in a really nice warm pool, and here I'm going to show you something. Two things actually. One, that dome right there, they have music. Regional bands come in and play and such. They've got music piped in right now. You can get drinks. They've got a restaurant on site. Fresh food and all that kind of stuff that they grow out here. And and then the other thing I was going to show you. Let me get up there. Up there, if you can see them, there are shower heads up there that are spring. Ice cold water, which I don't like. at all. This pool is probably, I mean, once you get in, it's really nice and warm, but it you know, you get used to it. And what was I gonna say? It's probably 105, I guess. Anyway, it really is nice in here. So yeah, I'm gonna dunk because I'm getting warm, and I'll chat with you guys later. Bye. I'm back. See if I can see where they are. Okay, right there. If you can see those are hollyhocks, one of my favorite flowers. Reminds me of the hollyhocks that grew along the house at the farm in New York Mills, Minnesota. That's when I first learned about them, and I thought, gosh, these are pretty. Anyway, as you can see, I dunked a couple of times. It's lovely warm. Oh, and I have okay, so I'm in Norris, Montana. I am going to keep going down 287. And kind of aim east towards West Yellowstone. West Yellowstone, still in Montana. And then head south out of that. I've got probably about 2.5 hours of straight driving to get to my next destination in Idaho Falls, Idaho. I have never been to Idaho before. I've been all over Wyoming. I've been all over Montana. I've been on the southern side of Nevada, but next week I'll be on the northern side of Nevada. And I've been through Utah a couple of times, but I've never been to Idaho. Actually, I've never been to Washington State either, and it's not going to happen on this trip. The only time I ever went to Oregon was back in the 70s. Went to Crater Lake, did a family RV trip up there. And there's also a cave up there, if I remember correctly. We went to Mount Shasta in Northern California. At that time we lived in LA. And up at Crater, or on the way to or from or back, or who knows, whatever. There was a cave tour that my parents were like, hey, let's go on a cave tour. And my sister, yeah, she threw a little shit fit. And she's like, well, I don't want to go down there, and it's dark, and there's bats, and she started crying and all this other fucking shit because, you know, she's a freaking little diva. But anyway, and she still is. I don't talk to her. Anyway, so what? So we went to this cave, and of course my sister's having a complete shit-bit meltdown in the RV in the parking lot. So my mom looks at me and she goes, okay, you're staying here with your sister. I'm like, what? And of course it's back in the 70s when you can leave a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old in an RV by yourself and not get, you know, have Children Protective Services and the cops and everyone else called, because, you know, back then no one really gave a rat's ass. But it was actually kind of nice because now it's gotten over extreme and it's just a real, that's a whole nother story. So yeah, I sat in the RV with my stupid little sister. And as you can tell, let's see, 10 years and I'm 56, so 46 years later I'm still, and it was even more than that because I wasn't 10 at the time. I was probably 8 and she was 6 or whatever. So 46, 48, 49 years, and I'm still pissed off at her. Anyway, so my mom and dad go into the cave and they have a great time and grand tour and all that kind of stuff. They come back in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, and I'm sitting there. And the other thing that we were told is you can't eat any food while we're gone. So I'm sitting there with a whiny little shit. I'm pissed off. My mom and dad are in the cave having a grand old time looking at bats and stuff. And yeah. Siblings, little shitty, whiny siblings. But you know, this is not what this video is about. So, alright, there you go. That's what I know. I'm going to sit here for a little longer and then I've got to get on the road. There is an herbal supplement dispensary in this town. So you got hot springs and you've got herbal supplement dispensaries. I mean, what else do you need? I found home. Anyway, alright, well, we will talk to you later. I'm gonna, like I said, soak a little longer, and then we'll get on the road, and we'll go see what we see. Bye. Alright, so that's it. I'm gonna get out of here. I got, like I said, a couple of hours to drive, and, oh, hello there. I have a couple hours to drive, and as much as I would be in here for a couple of hours, especially if I had someone to talk to, I don't want to get too tired because I have to drive the behemoth. I have to get the behemoth out of this parking lot. That should be fun. But anyway, that is the little Norris Hot Springs, little out of the way, off the beaten path, local place. The kind of places I like to go to rather than everyone and their MF frickin' brothers fighting and screaming, kids. And I mean, I have nothing against kids, but when there's like 30,000 of them and 10,000 absent parents, then that's an issue. Alright, we're going to get our stuff changed, ourselves together. We're going to go to the local herbal supplement dispensary. Ooh, cool rock. Hold please. I found a cool rock. Now I have to like lean down. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, there's some mica. Ooh, there's another cool rock. Ow. Okay. Alright, I'm going to stop looking at the ground because then I'll be out in their parking lots collecting rocks, you know, the really cool kind. I'm not gonna look down. Don't look down. Anyway, I'm gonna get going here, and we'll see you guys later. Oh, and I've got, if I can figure out how in the world I downloaded, uploaded, whatever, my previous road stuff, but for whatever reason it's changed, but I've been recording with the dash cam this morning. The landscape out here is utterly gorgeous. Anyway, alright, I'm going to go get changed, get on the road. We'll see you later. Bye.